Well, I'm just a lucky so-and-so to have Tracy with me as my guest soloist today.
And your friend.
Oh, good morning. It's always such a pleasure to be back here with you all. How many times a day do you use the word should in reference to yourself or someone else?
Well,
I should eat healthier. I should go to the gym more often. I should spend less money this month. I should be doing something more productive. I should be grateful to be alive. I should forgive. I should be compassionate. I should meditate. I should give back. I should declutter. I should appreciate what I have. I should have more fun. I should laugh more. I should drink less. I should be happier. I should know what I want to do with my life. Are you shoulding all over yourself? If you're like most people, the answer is yes. Whatever the specific shoulds on your list, it all comes down to the same one. You should be better. It seems to me that telling ourselves or others what we should do is full of judgment. That is, we guilt ourselves by thinking about what we ought to have done and thereby implying we have failed, that we are not good enough. In the book, Quit Shoulding on Yourself, a step-by-step guide to creating the life you deserve, author Ava Starr tells the story of a woman named Zoe who brings home an African gray parrot named Japa that is actually a spirit sent to help transform her life. In the chapter, Where Do the Weeds Come From?, Japa asks her to write down all the shoulds in her life and instructs her to look at the list to see which shoulds are hers and which are somebody else's. One of the shoulds on her list was I should lose 10 pounds. Here's their conversation. Japa says, "It's like this. Let's go through the list and give me your reasons why you should lose 10 pounds. Because I want to be thinner, said Zoe. Why? Said Japa. Because I would look better, said Zoe. Why? Because I just think I would. Who says? No one says. Then why do you want to do it? I don't know why, said Zoe. See, that's what I'm talking about. You think you should be thinner because society has put this stigma on women being pencil thin. You can't even give me a good reason why you want to be thinner. For the record, you're in fabulous shape. They go on to discuss a few other examples from the list, and Japa tells her she can cross these shoulds off her list. Is that simple? Said Zoe. Yes, those are what we call somebody else's shoulds, not yours. When you do something simply because someone else thinks you should, you are not being true to yourself. And you are causing yourself a whole lot of stress, declared Japa. And Japa goes on to quote Oscar Wilde. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Japa goes on to explain to Zoe that these shoulds, the things other people think we should be doing, are the weeds in the garden of your mind. In other words, your negative belief patterns. Because so much of our daily actions are driven by shoulds, we have lost touch with our ability to know what it is we truly want. We have been taught what we should want, but we have forgotten what it is that we actually want. We know who we're supposed to be, but not who we are. Well, one of the first things you can do is remove the word should from your vocabulary and start to replace it with the word choose. I should lose 10 pounds becomes I choose to lose 10 pounds. Choosing implies an action, not a guilty rebuttal of yourself. If I were to choose to lose 10 pounds, I could choose to take a walk every morning. I could choose to go to the gym and work out. I could choose to ride my bicycle each day. I could choose to change my eating habits. So many choices. But when I say I should lose 10 pounds, I feel fat and unattractive. And then I feel guilt and shame. And sometimes that guilt and shame makes me feel like, what's the point? I'll never have the body like the ones I see on TV, so why should I bother? I might as well just finish all the ice cream in the freezer. And then I feel even fatter. And now I've just justified my guilt and shame. If I choose to lose 10 pounds, I can do so because I want to feel better in my clothes. I can choose to change my eating habits because I feel better when I eat healthier. I can choose to lose 10 pounds so that I will have more energy and feel less sluggish and lethargic. These are reasons I can get behind. These are reasons that don't make me feel bad about myself, but that I'm choosing to do something that makes me feel better. Are you holding on to an image of what life will be like sometime down the road when you've lost enough weight, made enough money, found the right mate? Our old beliefs about ourselves and all the things that we think we should be doing have been ingrained in us for years. So how do we break the cycle of shoulding ourselves? Well, my first step was to just listen to the words I say and catch myself every time I said I should about something. And then to ask myself, is it something I choose to do or just something I've been told I should do? If it is not my should, then I cross it off the list. As we heard in the Daily Word earlier, I need to remember every day that I am a child of God. My true nature is peace, love, and joy. I see myself as being divinely good and inspired by Spirit. I am one with God the good, and therefore I am good. There is nothing I should or have to do in order to claim my divine right. As we tell our children each Sunday, God loves you exactly the way you are, so why can't we believe that for ourselves? God loves us exactly as we are. My talk title for this Sunday was almost, "You Are the One You Are Waiting For." That was the title of the daily Om that I read back in June, written by Madison Taylor, and I'll read you a section of it. We spend a lot of our lives looking for role models, mentors, teachers, and gurus to guide us on our path. There's nothing wrong with this, and in fact, finding the right person at the right time can really help. However, it is important to realize that in the absence of such a figure, we can very safely rely upon ourselves. We carry within us everything we need to know to make progress on our paths to self-realization. And while doing research for this talk, I read another article called "We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For" by Katie Walker. And in it she says, "The greatest illusion is that you are less. It holds you apart from your power. It imagines need. It sees the source of your essence outside of yourself. It keeps you relentlessly asking, constantly searching, always doubting, never sure, forever waiting. It tells you fulfillment comes from someone, something, or someplace else." Now, I believe that this is at the very heart of all of our shoulds. We believe that we are less than, and we entertain this belief all too often. I did it to myself this week as I was finishing this talk, wondering if anything I was writing would be good enough, wondering if people would notice that I had gained some weight this summer, wondering if people would think I cut my hair too short, wondering if my skin would stop breaking out before Sunday, wondering and doubting myself all week, and even using the should word on myself when I said I wouldn't. But we here at Unity believe everything is in divine order. So perhaps that's the very reason I chose to write this talk. All those internal shoulds were pestering me and bothering me all week until I finally had to stop and look at myself in the mirror and say, God loves you exactly the way you are. As I've said here before, as a chaplain, it's so easy to know the truth for another, but why is it so hard to know it for ourselves? Do I really believe that God loves us all exactly as we are, except me? I'm so especially bad that God makes an exception in my case? In that same article, Katie goes on to say, you are trustworthy. You are good. You are, in fact, quite a decent and intelligent human being. You know what serves you. You really do. You've just forgotten how to listen. We are one. What serves you serves the whole. Trust your inner sense. It does not lie. There is no one greater or lesser than you. The value you hold has been marginalized, bonded, and squandered without your conscious intent. You hold the truth now. Your essence is unlimited. Your power is exceptional. Be vigilant. Use every bit of it. You are the one you have been waiting for. You are the one you've been waiting for. Everything you need is already within you. In the foreword to Eric Butterworth's Discover the Power Within You, Dr. Maya Angelou said, what she found most compelling in Butterworth's teachings is that the power of God, the essential spirit, is within each of us. We can ignore that, or we can draw upon it and decide to grow. What will you decide today? In that same book, Eric Butterworth says, when you know your own divinity, you know it is not just for a day, but for always. As a child of God, you are richly endowed with an all-sufficiency in all things. You know that God is your instant, constant, and abundant supply. When you seek first the kingdom, you meditate deeply on the truth of your oneness with God. And Butterworth, in the same book, also speaks of the Hindustani word namaskar, which means I salute the divinity in you. And he goes on to say, we could use it for ourselves in the morning when we wake. Namaskar, I salute the divinity in myself. I am strong and able. I can do all that I need to do this day. My mind is alert, my body vital and healthy, and my way will be strewn with golden opportunities. No matter what this day will bring to me, there is that in me that is great enough to meet it, overcome it, and be blessed by it. Namaskar. So, if I have the power within me and I am one with God and I believe all is in divine order and that there's nothing greater than spirit within me, then what need do I have for shoulding myself? There is nothing I should do on this earth, only that which I choose to do as an extension of my connection to spirit. When I was having doubts this week about myself, about this talk, and about so many things that kept cropping up as things I was doing wrong, I had to stop and remember that just showing up and being present is enough. I've said to others, as a chaplain, it's not about the words that you are saying, it's about being present for another and listening to their heart. Whatever words come after that will be the perfect prayer. At this Thursday's meditation with Reverend Clive, he showed us a video that illustrated the point that we all need community, but we often feel like we can't show up to our community, our village, until we are better, until we have fixed ourselves and become more presentable. All those shoulds. But the point of the video and the lesson he taught was that we need to come to community just as we are, warts and all. and that it is community and the love we show each other that will heal us and bring us back to our true selves. So I had to remind myself that showing up today and being present with you all was already enough. Showing up no matter what I looked like or what I felt like, and allowing myself to share what is true for me was worth the risk. All week I kept saying I should finish writing my talk. And I didn't until Friday. But it wasn't until I let go of the guilt and judgment of myself and the fear that it wasn't going to be good enough that it all started to come together and pour out. In You Can Heal Your Life, Louise Hay says every time we use should, we are basically saying wrong. Either we are wrong, or we were wrong, or we are going to be wrong. I don't think we need any more wrongs in our life. She would love to remove the word should from our vocabulary, calling it one of the most damaging words in the English language. Now, removing the word should from our vocabulary will take time, patience, and practice. But it is possible when we listen to the words we say. I invite you all to go home today or this week and write down a list of all the shoulds you've been telling yourself and take a hard look at it. Which of these shoulds are yours and which are somebody else's? If they're not yours, cross them off the list and let go of that judgment. Remember, you're here to live your life on your terms. The only person you need to please is yourself. If it's not in alignment with your true values, let it go without feeling bad about it. If they are your shoulds, be honest with yourself. Do you want to do them? Are they something you absolutely need to do? If so, change your thought and your words and choose to do them, even if the choosing is not to do. You are making the choice and the burden of guilt is lifted. This allows you to come up with actions that benefit you instead of those that shame and belittle you. So the next time that you should on yourself, challenge it. Why should I? Who says I should? And if someone else tells you something you should do, you can just tell them to shoot off. When it comes down to it, shoulds aren't about reality. Shoulds are either I should do or I should have done. You're either stuck predicting the future or trying to change the past. Both of which are just ways of procrastinating and denying the good you have in your life now. Take a deep breath. Consciously feel your fingers and your toes. Be present and show up as the child of God that you are. Choose to stop shoulding yourself today. You are the one you've been waiting for. Namaskar.